Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to read day 67 in The Bridge by Blossom Goodchild. And they begin and say, "We are of like mind. Our intentions in the deepest part of our being have the same purpose. When there is only of these intentions that flow through thought patterns, it allows the intention to become the reality. We, from the position to which we have aspired, have eliminated all thoughts that are not congruent with that intention. We have removed complacency. We have removed all nature of imaginings that are non-beneficial to the self and to the whole. Your minds have been trained to work in overload. The clogging up of your system has made it so that there is little room for the flow of intent to be of prominence." Wow. "We marvel at the continuation of the influx of trivial matter that you allow to enter in. This causes great imbalance. We ask you to think about this. Monitor your thoughts in a way that can oblige. All menial interferences of mind can be registered and eliminated before they can be of damage. You are learning many new ways in these days. This one will take your soul to a level of purity that will allow so much clarity to be present. Through persistence, it shall be that eventually the thoughts that are of no use will not enter in. They will have recognized that they are not welcome for want of expression. It really is a case of astute awareness. When the mind is full of interferences, one cannot focus on the thoughts that are of great service. The mind has been so cluttered with nonsensical matter. This is unnecessary. But how do you stop this? When it has gradually introduced itself with age and complications occur due to this very intrusive backwash. Remove the clutter. Not just when you take the time to meditate. Remove it altogether. You do not need to fill its empty space with something else. Let there be empty space. That space will give the thoughts that are of the correct intention room to move, room to grow, room to flow. It is only yourselves that are able to do this for yourselves. Become more aware within each moment of your thought pattern. Stop the ongoing nonsense. Simply recognize it and stop it. That is the easiest way to put it. As you make practice of this, you will see how it has an ongoing effect, and less thoughts of the useless kind shall be able to enter in. This may seem like quite a task, but as with all things, unless it is worked upon, how can it improve? You would notice such a difference within yourselves in your everyday living. There is so much we could say about this. Give it a try, perhaps. It will take time to even have an inkling of its purpose, but as you do so, you shall find yourselves impressed with the difference it makes in all matters. If we politely say, "It is a case with your kind that too much thinking is done," There are those of you who never, not once, ever choose to switch off. The mind is a literal swirl of thoughts that have no home, that never settle. This becomes a strain on the entirety of the self, not just of the mental, but it becomes such a heavy burden to the mind that it is transferred through to the physical in order for it to be released in this form. When thoughts and mindsets remain within, they become stifled. They do not have the freedom to expand and be expressed. If they are of the negative connotation, they fester and turn into a physical reaction to the non-reaction of the doing. Pure minds, positive minds, pure thoughts, positive thoughts. Learn to have only these within your being. With all respect, your world has suffered greatly because of this not being the case. Look at it in these days that you are in. For every grievance one may have with the state of affairs that are deeply implanted in their own negative vibration, each and every aspect that does not appeal to your nation as a whole has been conjured up en masse. Your world would not know of war if it was not for a mass concentration on the very nature of elimination through greed and power. One little old man sitting in a rocking chair does not have the power to cause a nation to go to war. It is through a buildup of the same thought by many that can allow it to evolve into its reality. These things you are aware of. There is a cleansing that must take place, a cleansing on many levels. If this cleansing begins in the mind, it shall make the task much easier for all involved. As you are writing this, they say, we are aware that you are imagining the mind in its pure form, without any negative interference. Then you are trying to imagine this within the mind of all that reside upon your planet. It is a wondrous vision, is it not? And yet, how much work is there to be done in order for this truth to be in the hearts of each individual? Our ways are so varied from yours. We are of these learnings. We abide by these ways. That is why we are able to be of great advancement compared to your planet. That is why we have intentions to lead you into this way, to live the lives that were intended for you. It can be changed, this world of yours. The souls within can bring this change about with outside assistance and the desire to uplift this planet of earth and water into the love and light that was intended for it. And Blossom says, in love and thanks. Ooh, that was a plateful for me. Thank you, Blossom. Federation of Light, thank you very much. Blossom's work is available on our website, blossomgoodchild.com. And our channelings are available on YouTube. And my website is newearthhealing.io. Before I go, I want to share with you one little thing I heard from Braca Goldstein. I believe that's her last name. She does astrology. She did a reading this morning for the full moon on the 14th of June in Sagittarius, I think. And she talked about it for a little while, and she mentioned one thing that ties in with what the Federation said today, or that I read today. and that have been coming for me in one form or another the past couple of days. And it's about the three little monkeys that we know. And the sign at the bottom of the three little monkeys says, the first little monkey's got his hands over his eyes, and the sign says, see no evil. And then hear no evil for the second little monkey, and then speak no evil for the third little monkey. And so Braca changed it around to flipped it on its head. And so imagine the three little monkeys, instead of hands over the eyes, and so the hands are somewhere else, and it says see only good. The sign says see only good. And the second little monkey, the sign says hear only good. And the third little monkey, of course, the sign says speak only good. And according to the Federation of Light, that's a training thing. And the more we get used to doing it and stilling the chatter. The piece that struck me as I was reading that is I got an inference from it that the thoughts that are of another nature, or a lesser light nature, are, say, controllable, because they come from more than just, they come from a collective where we have a choice to say, I don't think so, go away. Oh, I say that on a regular basis. There's something going on, and I get, all of a sudden I'll realize my mind is going somewhere interestingly of lesser light for one reason or another. When I recognize it, I tell it to take a hike in some colorful language sometimes. The fact that we have choice about what we say and what we hear and what we see, or what we choose to allow into our world, whether it's what we're watching on YouTube or listening to or speaking. The choice is real. And it's interesting to realize that we have a choice to make a different choice if we so choose. I said, try it and see. It's a challenge sometimes for me, and I'm working on it constantly, it seems. One of Braca's last things before she left this morning was choose to be the light. So much to be grateful for. Thank you, ladies. Thank you, Blossom. Thank you, Braca. Federation, White Cloud. Whew. Could spend all day in gratitude. And thank you to everybody that's watching this and seeing the light. Anyway, I was told to go have fun. So that's what I'm going to do. And after I get some paperwork done, I'm going to go and work on my wetsuit. Have a great day.